Hey, how y'all doing? You know, as neurodivergence, I talk about it all the time, is learning about ourselves and stuff like that. You know, when you're late diagnosed like I am, and it's been, 5 decades before you were diagnosed and stuff. There's a lot of stuff you are still doing even after learning, even after unmasking, because you've become so accustomed to it, because it's something you've now done your entire life. And I catch myself in that sometimes. I catch myself doing things that aren't necessarily the most comfortable for me as my neurodivergence, that are things that are sensory issues or things that are just give me that cringe and stuff like that, that make me feel just not really comfortable, like I said, in the situations or in the behavior that I'm doing and stuff. But it's stuff that I'm so used to doing at this point, that it's not necessarily masking anymore. It's just become a habit because it's been over and over and over. And that's pretty much, how we traverse the landscape of being neurodivergent in a neurotypical world and stuff. We grow up learning to watch people and learn people about, okay, this is how they react to this. This is how they react to that. This is what they say in that case when this happens, and so on and so forth. We watch and learn. And that's how we pick up being human and stuff, is we watch people and stuff. So a lot of times, especially growing up, we will see, okay, if this happens, you're supposed to react in this way. And we may not necessarily want to or have it in ourselves to act in those ways and stuff, but we see that's how you're supposed to act, so we do. A lot of times people have done things to me and stuff like that, and inside I don't really care. I don't really care about much stuff, but I've known that, okay, with that, what they've done, I'm supposed to have a harsh reaction. I'm supposed to have what appears to be an angry reaction, so I react like that and stuff. And it can throw people off because it's not that we're faking, it's not that we're trying to we're trying to be what is quote unquote normal, and that's what we've seen around ourselves. So like I said, we look at, okay, if this person is mean to me in this way, then I need to react in this kind of a way and stuff to show them that you shouldn't treat me in that way and stuff. Where in our case, we would simply want to really say, listen, don't treat me that way. You have no reason to treat me like that. That's how we would want to deal with the situation per se. But in normal world, you have to, hey, stand up for yourself and this and that and stuff, and react in these ways and stuff. And I've done that with, like I said, no emotions behind it, none of those anger or hate or anything like that behind it and stuff. I've reacted in those ways, so it can throw people off because they think that I am reacting in that way because I feel that way, because that's how they react. And those are the confusions and stuff as neurotypicals and neurodivergence and stuff like that, is that we kind of do things that we see them doing, and we can learn bad things, a lot of bad things, and not how you should deal with situations from neurotypical people. And then we're just emulating that stuff, and and like I said, it can become such a normal thing for us that this is what we're supposed to be doing. We've done it so long and stuff that it gets to a point where we just do it automatically. So something to think about. Have an awesome Wednesday. You're an awesome, amazing human being, and I love you so much. Peace out and bye.